Ajahn, may I ask a question about effort, guarding against unwholesome thoughts, abandoning them, developing wholesome and maintaining wholesome thoughts, and the idea of someone who does that, who does the abandoning, who does the guarding, etc.
Idea of self, apply or understand what is the nature of effort. Is it real? Is it there? For example, we understand the reality, the Cetasika, which is Viriya, right? By word, Viriya is such and such. But at what moment is there? At moment of akusala, is there Viriya or effort? Or at moment of kusala, is there Viriya? Or at moment of thinking, is there Viriya? And so on. To understand it more, what is meant by Viriya, very, very little, very, very weak, until it's so strong, sharp enough, because of right understanding, to understand it. Effort for what? To understand the truth, or effort to try to know it, to experience as I know. That's why we have to consider carefully. Viriya is a moment of doing something, see, right? Even moving one's hand, is there Viriya or no Viriya? Just to move. So what about doing something more difficult than that? Not enough just in a day or a month or a year. Viriya is there for that very, very difficult goal to get or to approach. That's why beginning to understand no self. So when it's no self, not self, what is it? It is a reality. That's why Buddha taught about the 52 kinds of Cetasika, mental factor, to understand each one, as it's so very, very difficult to realize the truth that it's there. But in daily life, when one tries to do something, is it not the time to understand the Viriya? And when it's understanding the nature of what is there, it has to be more Viriya, to be khanti, to be patient, to understand that which is very difficult or very deep. That's why there are many words for Viriya, which accompanies many stages of Citta, Akusala, of what degree, or with right understanding. That's why now, at this moment, is there Viriya, thinking about what is meant by each word of truth? Is it Viriya? And no matter one is sick or unpleasant or difficult situation, right understanding can arise because it has developed to understand that any situation is not self. So even at moment of not get angry at all, at that very moment, without patience or Viriya or Khanti, can it arise to be as patient, not to do ill deeds, not to have anger, and not to cling. See, it's so nice, so beautiful. As soon as it's heard very beautiful music, it's there already. So even to understand that, does it need Viriya? It's there without word, but without word, how can that be the understanding of each one, of each reality? That's why there's the word for Viriya, for Khanti, and so on, as Parami, arising with right understanding, understanding the way it is, as no one at all, but by conditions. So conditions for understanding the truth needs great virya to not just understand the word, the meaning of it, but to understand the nature of that which is there to be known. No one can change what is there to be different from the way it is. Little by little, the understanding of the teachings of actually they are all different realities, conditioned by different conditions, many conditions, past condition, present condition, and so on. It's virya. To understand it's so difficult to let go of ignorance because it's there years and years ago. Not understanding what? Seeing right now, hearing right now, thinking right now, and doubt right now. See, everything that is not known as it is. It's there and gone. No one can solve. It's falling away or it's arising at all. It is really to understand the truth, to be truthful to the truth. That's why it is parami. Without all these parami, it's impossible to understand seeing as it has been experienced by the enlightened one, the Buddha himself. That what is it? It's just a reality. No shape, no form at all. It's the experience. And when it does not experience the object which appears, but it begins to understand the quality, the reality which is there, experience, it's time to understand that there is a reality which arises and experience. No matter what we call it or use any word, but no one can change the characteristic of that which has no shape and form. So it's different from that which is seen. The seeing arises and experience. And hearing about this only once, twice is not enough. Again and again and again, until it conditions moment of thinking about it. Hardness is there in a day. Is there conditions to understand it or no attention to it at all? And it's different from moment. It's hard as normal as usual in daily life, but it is object of thought about it, minding it, attend to that characteristic that it has to be known that no one there, not my hand, not the soap or anything at all. It's just only that. And when there's more hearing, more considering, more understanding, even it's there now, it's not there anymore. There can be a little progress of understanding the truth, little by little. That's why it takes quite a long time to be truthful to the truth of no one there at all. And the understanding of no self will condition the understanding of what is taught in Tipitaka. No matter what is there, it's about reality. No matter it's kindness or what, it's there. In a day, but in a day, when there's no understanding, the idea of self is so strong, it's there. So that's why the intellectual understanding will lead to the moment of not forgetting the truth of that which appears. We don't know when, by conditions. How long? No one knows. By conditions. So whatever appears, even is so strange, so wonderful, very, very different kinds of pleasant feeling, only there. What about the understanding? When there's not enough understanding, it's object of doubt. What is that? That's why right understanding, understand the truth, that right understanding is not sharp enough to understand that it's just a reality, no word to try to put it in word. What is it? Because some people, whatever appears, instantly thinking about the term that is used for what is what. in daily life. But when that appears beyond thinking, what the word is used to represent it, because no word to think about, because the reality appears as it is, strong or weak, depending on conditions, not trying to find out whether it's viriya or whether it's khanti or whether it's what word we have heard. Because the reality, the characteristic of that reality appears, well, little by little. That's why Panya has so many degrees of understanding the truth, more direct. For now, hardness appears, and there can be the moment of thinking about hardness. Is it direct awareness or satipatthana? Impossible when there is no understanding. It's just no understanding of that, even it's there. And when there is the understanding of what has been heard about it, depending on condition, depending on degrees of understanding, how much understanding of that object by conditions. By conditions is that which let go, the idea of self, no matter what degrees is there, strong or weak. Even the panya, which is not sharp enough to let go, to really understand that, is just a reality, not me. No matter it's feeling or sanya or sankhara or vijnana, no matter what, depending on right understanding of that degree. No cheat at all. So true. That's why Panya knows how much it has to be developed until the object appears clear, well, because it's not just right now. When all realities appear right, they are together. Whatever is seen now, not only one reality, not only one thing, so many things. How come without a moment, so very rapidly arising and falling away? And this kind of understanding the truth, let go, not I at all, not thinking about waiting for the result to come. No, not at all. All depends on conditions. So life is easy with understanding. No trouble to try to do this and that in order to understand it. It has to be the understanding of the truth of it from the teachings of the Buddha, the enlightenment. And this is the subtle path, very, very subtle. Who knows that now, even a moment of understanding the truth is the path. There must be some masati arise with panya, no matter of what level, develop little by little, naturally. Not I who try so much to sit, to stand, or to think, or to wait, or to concentrate. So now there is viriya, and there can be khanti, no matter in what situation, at moment of being sick, also pleasant feeling, or any kind of thinking in a day by conditions. Otherwise, how can there be the understanding of the accumulation of what now is conditioned to be this moment?
It seems that understanding in the beginning is quite indirect.
It's direct when there is the understanding of the truth.
When there is this subtle trying, it seems to become clearer that that isn't possible.
And that is silapata pramasa when it goes wrong, trying, even have any will to concentrate or to understand this or that in particular.